Hello and welcome to Unit 3 Review, Empires. And it's, as always, as we say with all our lessons, make sure that you have your reading pages complete. So that would have been, for this unit, pages 439 all the way up to 501 in your Human Odyssey reading book. And then your student guide, pages 373 all the way up to 402. Make sure those pages are complete. You'll want to check back through. Make sure you have that done before you take your unit assessment. And you'll also, it's really important that you go in and you work on your unit review. So if you have not done that yet, please make sure that is done as well in your OMS 3.12. All right, so a quick review. The Byzantine Empire. It was centered on the Eastern Mediterranean region. It was famous for its dazzling art and architecture. It had its roots in classical Roman and Greek culture. Smuggled silkworm eggs out of China, which brought riches to the Byzantine Empire and ended China's total control of the silk trade. The Byzantine merchants traded ivory and exotic spices from Africa and India. Byzantine cities were excellent marketplaces for merchants and traders from Europe, Africa, and Asia. The Emperor Constantine made Christianity the official religion of the Byzantine Empire, and Byzantine artists created religious art. And then the Emperor Justinian retook much of the Western Roman Empire that had been lost. And remember, his empress was Theodora. Constantine, Emperor of the Byzantine Empire in the 4th century. So he chose Byzantium to be his new capital because it was near fertile farmland, which was good for growing crops, a network of caravan routes, seaways, and paved highways, which made it easier to travel with other countries, which made it easier to trade with other countries, but also obviously travel to other countries as well. It was easier to defend against attackers, and he made Christianity the official religion of the Byzantine Empire. Justinian, Emperor of the Byzantine Empire in the 6th century. Emperor Justinian retook much of the Western Roman Empire that had been lost. He created a code of law, that helped unite the Byzantine Empire and later served as a model for the codes of law in many modern nations. Built a huge domed cathedral called the Hagia Sophia, an enormous underground aqueduct, which is that waterway, and a famous palace complex. He doubled the size of the empire and ruled much of the Mediterranean world. Theodora was a Byzantine empress who shared power with Justinian. She worked to help women and the poor. The arts. So here's a couple of vocabulary words having to do with the arts. Icon is a painting on wood depicting or picturing religious people or events. And remember, when you see that halo, that usually means some type of spiritual or religious depiction. Fresco is a painting created by applying pigments to damp plaster walls. Mosaic is an elaborate piece of art in which small pieces of glass or stone form intricate pictures. Religion of Islam, a monotheistic religion, believed in one God, rooted in Judaism and Christianity, valued education and learning. The word Islam means submission in Arabic. So the Islam religion spread beyond the Arabian Peninsula through trade and war. Obedient Muslims pray 5 times a day, give alms to the poor, and try to make a trip to Mecca. The Hijra marks the beginning of the Muslim calendar. Muslims follow the 5 pillars of the faith as handed down by Muhammad. Number 1 is faith, number 2 is prayer, number 3 giving to the poor, number 4 fasting, and number 5 making a pilgrimage to Mecca. Pilgrimage is a trip to Mecca. And Muslims fast for 1 month each year at Ramadan. Some Islam vocabulary. Muhammad, the person whose teachings founded or started the religion of Islam, he said he had a vision from Allah. The Quran is a sacred holy book of Islam containing Muhammad's teachings. Hijra is when Muhammad fled from Mecca to Medina, is considered the beginning of the Islamic empire. A caliph is a Muslim ruler that led Islam after Muhammad's death, and caliph means successor in Arabic. Sunnis are a group of Islam that thought the leader of Islam should be the most capable person, and it didn't matter if the person was a member of Muhammad's family. The Shiites are a group of Islam that thought the leader of Islam should stay in Muhammad's family after he died. Abu Bakr succeeded, meaning became the leader of Islam after Muhammad died. After Muhammad's death. Many did not think he should be the leader because he was not a member of Muhammad's family. Jihad is a struggle over Islam. Mecca is the holiest city of Islam. Muslim, a person that believes in Allah, a person of Islamic religion. Kaaba is a shrine in Mecca. The Muslims walk around 7 times during their pilgrimage. Muslim scholars are famous for medical knowledge and mathematical systems. Al-Khwarizmi, the Muslim scholar who invented the branch of math we call algebra. And then House of Wisdom is a research library run by Muslim scholars, and it became a great center of learning in medieval times. The Ghana Empire. It was an early West African trade empire, grew rich on its abundance of gold and the skill of its iron workers. Also known to have used salt as money, salt was worth its weight in gold. Iron goods made by Ghanaian blacksmiths were highly prized trade items. Gold could be traded for salt, which was used to preserve food and maintain health. The Mali Empire. Mansa Musa was a 14th century Muslim ruler of the Mali Empire, known for his Hajj and changing Timbuktu into the Pearl of Africa. Timbuktu became known as the Pearl of Africa for becoming an architectural showplace and great center of learning. And Sundiata was the king of Mali, known as the Hungering Lion. He overcame his disability, defeated Ghana, and helped Mali gain control of the gold trade. And I'm sorry, this should say Pearl of Africa. That should just be P-E. I spelled that wrong. Sorry about that. Little typo there. There we go. Pearl of Africa. Sorry about that. All right. And so that brings together, in a very, very quick sense, everything that we've studied for Unit 3. It is important that you do complete the online review, as I said at the beginning of this recording. When you've finished the online review, when you've finished all of your reading, when you've looked through your student guide, finished everything in your student guide, made sure that you don't have anything, any holes there that you need to fill in. When you finished all of your assessments for Unit 3, gone back and double checked, and you've done, have a good grade on those, or if you didn't, you retook that to get a better grade. When you've finished all of that, you can go ahead and take your unit test. The first attempt will open on the day it is due, and then the second and third attempt will open after that. Okay? All right. Thanks so much for joining me for this review. If you have any other questions, as always, you can send me an email, and I'd be happy to help you or set up a session for you. Thanks so much, and have a great day.